Hi, everybody. We're back. It's 2:00 and we are still here for Erie Gives. We have a bunch of other interviews for you today. But before we get started with our newest set of interviewees, we have an update from Executive Director Zach Junkyard Cat Flock.
I don't know why Junkyard Cat is the name we landed on here. I thought we were doing Uncle Jerry was my
I'm
joke.
so sorry, Uncle
Jerry and Mungo Teaser, right?
That's right.
Hi, everybody. Good to be back. I'm here under the Jellicle moon to share with you our latest update. We are now at $32,478 raised so far today. That is awesome. Thank you all who have contributed so far today. A total of 128 gifts received thus far. Of course, if you've not made your gift yet, you can head over to eriegives.org and make that gift. Let's say, so last hour, we issued a little challenge. We were just over $22,000 at that point, and I said if we hit 30,000, I would leave the cat makeup on for another hour, hence the cat makeup still being on here for our next live stream. So we're at 32,478. If we hit 45,000 during this break, I will continue to leave the cat makeup on. I don't know. Does that inspire people to give, Kate?
It inspires me to keep trying for it.
Right. If nothing else, it gives us an incentive. So, or you an incentive. Because I wouldn't mind taking the makeup off, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, we have a special video to share with you before we get to our next interview. We have our annual fund chairs, Steve and Melanie Robesky, who have filmed a very special video to share with you right now.
Hi, I'm Melanie Gustafson Robesky.
Hi, I'm Steve Robesky, and Melanie and I are so thrilled and honored to be co-chairs of the Erie Playhouse annual fund drive this year.
We've been coming to Erie Playhouse shows for 40 years as season ticket holders.
I've been lucky enough to be in 20 shows over all those years. Matter of fact, just finished a record-setting run of Beauty and the Beast over the holiday season where I got to be crazy old Maurice. But it's being in shows like that that helps form those magical, inspirational, family-type memories that last forever.
And that's why we're asking you to join us in supporting the Playhouse on Tuesday, August 12th. That's Erie Gives Day.
We're only one of hundreds of families probably that have benefited from the Erie Playhouse, helping to create an environment where it's better to raise your children, inspire people to step out of their comfort zone and try something new, and even get people to work together who normally wouldn't.
The past few years at the Playhouse have been very exciting. There's been a resurgence, and we need your help to support the Playhouse continue with that transformation.
So whether you're going to donate the minimum $25 or $2,500, rest assured that your donation is going to help support the Playhouse today, tomorrow, and well into the future.
We're so grateful to be a part of the Playhouse community. Join us in making sure that the Playhouse can thrive so everyone can enjoy it.
So mark your calendars and set the alarms in your cell phones for August 12th and go to www.eriegives.org and make a donation to Playhouse. Because remember, give them love.
And they give love back.
Joining me now for our next interviews, we have two members from the cast of Prince of Egypt. We have Raya Lambert. We have Yasmin Sarah. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. Absolutely. I just want to start off by chatting with both of you about your individual backgrounds in theater and performance, because I always love finding out about how people made it here onto this stage at the Erie Playhouse. So Raya, you've done a lot of stuff here over the past year. You've been on stage, you've taught vocals. What led you to audition for your first Playhouse show?
So I've done a little over 20 shows in my theater career so far. I did do a Playhouse show here when I was 6 years old, and then I had to drop out, unfortunately, because I live far away from here and it didn't work out for me. But I have really loved it since then. I've come to so many shows here, specifically as a kid. And so my freshman year of high school, I decided I wanted to come back and do Frozen Junior. So I did that in 2019 and then took a long break again. And then I came back last summer and I've loved it ever since. I've been on stage. I've been in the pit. Like you said, I've been teaching for youth theater. So it's been really fun. But yeah.
And you also are in a band.
Yes, I do a lot of music stuff outside. I'm in a band. We do a lot of like folk music, country type music. And then I lead a church as well. And I study voice performance at Mercyhurst.
Great. Now, Yasmin, this was your Playhouse debut.
Yes.
So
it was.
welcome into our own level of crazy here at times.
Thank
But
you.
what led you to audition for the show Prince of Egypt? What was your background like in performance prior to that?
So I always loved theater growing up, but it was something that I just wasn't really doing after like 10, 11. Not because I didn't want to, just, I don't know, circumstances. But I always loved performing. I always loved singing. And it was always something I wanted to get back into. But I think by the time I was older, I was always like scared to get back into it. But my friend one day, she was like, "You have to audition for this show." And I was like, confused though, because I was like, why do you think I could do something like that? But I actually went for it, and I'm so happy I did, because it was one of the most amazing experiences like of my life. But yeah.
And it was a very well received show. Prince of Egypt opened in March, ran through a couple of weekends in April. Iconic movie with an equally iconic score, with memorable songs, and you guys got to sing one of the most famous songs from the show, "When You Believe." What was it like? Was it intimidating to know that you were going to sing a song that was so well known, or were you just so excited that it overruled any kind of nerves?
I had a lot of people come up to me after the show and kind of say, "Oh, we know," I think it was Whitney Houston. Am I correct? Okay, yeah. They would say, "We know Whitney Houston's version very, very well. So we didn't have very much high hopes, but you exceeded those hopes, you and Yaz both." So
Oh, absolutely. That was one of the best moments in the show, is when you guys were starting the song and then the chorus just joins in. And I get goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah.
And the ensemble in that show was so vital.
Yes.
And the way that you guys used choreography to sort of turn the ensemble into parts of the show was really unique. Can you kind of speak to a little bit of what you did?
Well, the ensemble really played a huge part in just telling the story in a very visual way that I think it would not have been the same show at all without the ensemble. And it's written that way, and I think that like our cast did a really good job at like honoring that.
Mhm.
they were walls sometimes, but even the walls had
The walls
meaning,
were telling
so,
something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like there was something behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one of the most iconic moments was when they became the burning bush.
Mhm.
Yes.
Which it's interesting because I've seen different videos of it, and I've seen videos taken from, in the house to in the balcony, and it looks different every time, and it looks almost like a living, breathing thing. So I think that was one of the most fascinating parts of the show. Let's talk a little bit about the character you played. Can you remind everybody the name of the character you played?
Yes, so I played Miriam, and she was, I would say, the leading man, Moses's real life sister. She was the leader of the Hebrews in a sense that she was their messenger, kind of. God sent her messages, and she would tell them, "We'll be free." And at the end, that's what happened.
And have you ever received a message from God?
I have a lot of faith in my own life.
We're
So
used
this
that
was-
at acting. Yeah.
Yes, this was a very, I would say, important role for me to play in my theater, because I've never played a role like that ever. And I got bullied a lot in school for having faith, and throughout high school and middle school. And so coming onto stage and being able to, I was playing a character, but part of it was definitely myself as well.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
That's wonderful. For your role, can you remind everybody the name of the character that you played?
Well, I played Zipporah. She was the Midian princess and later on became Moses' wife.
Did you happen to be a princess prior to this production?
I mean, I like to consider myself a princess, But yeah, I think I really resonated with her character in a lot of ways. Like she's very fiery and like kind of like, how in the beginning maybe she didn't have as much faith, and then towards the end she's like, seeking faith and speaking words I thought I'd never say. Like I feel like I felt like that throughout the process of this show, because I guess going into it, I was coming out of a period of my life where I didn't feel a lot of faith, and I think doing the show really like brought me back into myself in a lot of ways. And yeah, I'm really grateful for that.
So that honestly, I I was joking about the princess thing, but these are wonderful answers about your experience in the show, and it's I think it's really neat to see how both are very strong female characters and have such an impact on Moses in the show. Other shows that you've been a part of that you've gotten to play a strong female lead. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So I played. There's two, but I'll only focus on one. I played Eponine in Les Mis in high school, and definitely one of my favorite shows. I would say it's top. And I really resonated with her character as well, because I think, as
you're French.
Yeah, because I'm French, fluent, and
we.
everything. Yes, took one semester in college. That's what I mean by fluent. But I think a lot of high schoolers struggle with self-confidence and everything, and that was definitely something I went through in high school. So to play a character where she's struggling because other people aren't validating her, that was a strong moment for me, definitely, and I loved that role.
How about for you? Have you played any other roles that have been strong female leads?
Well, I haven't done theater since I was like 10, 11, so not really. But Zipporah, I hope to play more characters like that in the future.
For sure.
It was a very coming back to myself, healing experience, and I really love that for me.
Are there any roles maybe that you think of, I just wish I could perform this role someday?
Kind of would want to play Wednesday Addams one day. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Or Morticia. But realistically, whenever I tell people that, they're like, you're not going to be Morticia, you're going to be Wednesday. So
never say never. You just got done saying
never.
that you were told by a friend to audition and you didn't think it would happen. But
that's true.
You don't know.
True.
The youth theater
You're
kids were
right.
here before, and their words of advice were basically, don't worry about it, just go out for it.
Yeah.
From the mouths of babes to your ears. There are so many, as I said before, there's so many moments in the show that I can think of as pictures in the show that are just, they stand out to me. The burning bush was one. The parting of the Red Sea was another. For you guys, what moment did you look forward to every night to be able to perform it? Or maybe it wasn't even a scene you were in.
I know for me, one scene that I always looked forward to was Through Heaven's Eyes, because there were so many sister interactions in it. And even okay, I walk to the front, I'm mad, I go to the back, and then it's my sister's trying to be hey, give him a chance. And we're silently arguing with each other in the back, but eventually I start smiling, I get happy, and it's I always loved those little sister moments. That was probably my favorite thing to look forward to every night.
Great.
Yeah.
For me, it was, I never actually got to sit down and watch this scene because I was only in the very beginning of it, but I loved the plagues sequence. I think it was really, it was kind of creepy, and I really like scary things. So I thought that was very interesting, and it was very powerful at the same time. So
maybe you guys could do Addams Family together because you like scary things. And that would be great. I'd love to see it. I think I've already sort of touched on this a little bit, but with such an iconic score, that there's going to be people that came to the show to that would know song after song. Musically, what moment did you hear every night that gave you chills? And again, it could be something that you were in or that you were not involved with.
Yeah, I have to say, like what we did talk about earlier, it was definitely for me the ending of When You Believe, when the ensemble came in, and it was supposed to be, Devin would always say, scream your face off, scream your face off, even though obviously we're not going to actually scream when we sing, but be as loud as you can, because that moment has to transcend through the room. So that definitely gave me chills.
Yeah. How about for you? What was your favorite musical moment?
I was backstage singing for this, but the burning bush sequences, or Moses in the desert, not only were they really fun to sing, but they sounded so beautiful to me. And I just loved hearing it.
How would you say that you've grown as a performer during the run of Prince of Egypt?
I think for me, especially since I hadn't done theater a lot, in the meantime, I was performing a lot with Taekwondo. So there was still an aspect of performing in my life. I grew up on a demo team. We'd perform a lot of places, but I think it brought me back to the core of performing for me, and kind of brought me back to, oh yeah, like I can do this. I do have this in me. It's not something that I lost, and yeah, I think it's helped me grow so much as a performer, because Taekwondo is very like precise, like, but I think with theater, like there's an aspect of like vulnerability. And I think in a way I needed that as a performer and just as a person. But yeah, I would say I've grown a lot.
So I think the audience is probably aware of my next question is, can you do any Taekwondo for us right now?
I am wearing shorts under this, so I could.
Well, is there anything maybe you could do with your arms only?
Oh, okay. Well, usually when they say Taekwondo is mostly kicks, so usually when they say, but I get it. Okay, trying to think.
And if not,
should we back up?
Could you just
Like,
give?
are we too close?
You give us a Taekwondo pose that maybe.
Taekwondo pose.
Yeah, I don't know, other poses. Can you teach Zach how to do a pose? Maybe shape him. I think our audience would love to see that.
I mean, I might as well. I'm already, painted like a cat, so what's the harm?
Great.
All right, Yaz, talk me through something.
Okay. Do you want to learn it's really basic. We teach the white belts this.
Okay.
Like a roundhouse kick, just like
I'm gonna move.
A roundhouse kick is
I
basic.
would-
You're teaching me a roundhouse
you
kick.
in this scenario.
Okay.
Okay, so
All
with
right.
a roundhouse kick, you kind of pivot your foot before you.
Am I?
Heels, so
Should I
it's a
mirror
little-
you? Like, okay. right.
Which leg do
This
you
is
think's
so
easier
scary.
for you?
Probably right leg.
Okay.
All right.
So then I'll do left.
Okay.
Or, well, I was
This
gonna
is.
mirror you.
I'm sure this is like
Okay, I'm just
great
gonna do
television.
Okay, so you kind of turn and pivot, right? I'm wearing
Am I
heels,
going
so
this way then?
yeah. And
Oh my
then when
gosh.
you kick out, it's like
Okay. So
that was more of like a side kick.
yeah.
But
it
I see
was.
the vision.
Uh-huh.
A side kick, a side kick is more like you're pushing,
Okay.
and like a roundhouse is more like you're kicking. That like the force for a side kick goes like towards that way. A roundhouse goes more that way. So
Okay.
it's like,
That was still pretty cool.
thank you.
No, that's.
Yeah,
still-
that was good.
it?
That was
That was
it.
higher.
That was it. Exactly. Yeah,
Just
that's
go as
good.
high
I'm
as you
gonna
can
pull a
go,
muscle.
Zach.
I think
As
we
high as
better
you
stop
can.
there. Yes. I don't want to. Wow, that was something.
Well, hey, we're up to.
Did you expect to see a cat doing Taekwondo today?
Guys, I
didn't.
promise I can kick higher than that. I'm just in
Yeah.
a dress right now.
That's right.
I can kick really high.
I'm gonna let you answer the question. How have you grown as a performer? I
not
know.
remember what the
Where did
question
we
was.
go? We went.
Yeah.
We
Now
went
I'll
to
teach
cat
you
high
Taekwondo.
kicking.
Well, I would say that this was my first role that I had at the Playhouse. Role, but being here in 2 shows prior, I got to watch a lot of amazing. There's some hardcore actors in the Playhouse community. Like you are definitely one of them. Just saying, and.
Thanks.
So I got to watch that before I actually kind of had to step into that position and be this really emotional and outward character. So I would say that I think my acting has grown a lot since that experience.
Absolutely. Well, it was a spectacular production. You guys should be so proud of the work that you did in it, because it was
Thank you.
amazing. And they got to close on Palm Sunday was your final show, which was really like the way that it lined up was just amazing. What is something that you're looking forward to? I mean, we haven't announced our season yet, but a question I've been asking the youth theater is, what is your bucket list role or show?
I would love to be in Funny Girl and play Fanny. That's definitely my dream role for sure. And I would do Les Mis again 100 times over.
So my dream role since I was a kid would be from Fiddler on the Roof. I'd want to be Hoddle. Because I would sing Far From the Home I Loved to my grandfather on the phone all the time. So it's like, for me, it's a very like, But other than that, maybe like Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, because we have the same name. Yasmin is just the Arabic version of Jasmine. Like if you watch the Arabic
So you are a
version of
princess. You are truly a princess.
I mean,
there you go. I said it. It's true.
I
It's
mean,
on live.
Moroccans kind of have that vibe. I don't know.
That's awesome. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being
Thank
with us
you.
today.
Kate, do we want to check out? Why don't we show folks the trailer from Prince of Egypt
think
and
we're-
see?
Absolutely going to show them the trailer.
Okay, I'm sorry if I
That's
stepped
okay.
on your cue there.
Oh,
But,
that's okay.
I just
I'm-
didn't want to miss it because it's so good.
I'm here to help out all the neighborhood strays. It's fine.
Wow. All right. And then when we come back, how about I give an update of where we are, how close I am to being stuck in this makeup forever and ever and ever. I'm in
Perfect.
purgatory over here. I'll be here all day, folks.
So here's our trailer of Prince of Egypt featuring Raya and Yaz. You've just seen the trailer from Prince of Egypt, which played from March into April. And I cannot go further without acknowledging the beautiful costumes created by Ryan Ingram and his crew over at our costume shop. They were a sight to behold. And as you can see from the trailer, just absolutely gorgeous. But I want to thank our ladies from the cast of Prince of Egypt for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a part of this. And I think we have an update with Uncle Jerry.
Uncle Jerry. Okay. Also, I just want to add my thanks to Ryan Ingram and Crystal Coratori for their beautiful costume work on Prince of Egypt and on all of the shows that we do throughout the year. So our update right now, we are at $33,728 raised, 135 gifts so far today. That is really great, and we are so grateful to each and every one of you. The good news is, unless I refresh my phone and we suddenly jump to $45,000, when you next see me on camera, I will be out of cat makeup. It's been fun while it lasted. I don't know how they all manage this and dance around and do such a great job in the show. A reminder that you can give online through midnight at eriegives.org, by phone through 8 p.m. At 814-454-0843, or in person at the Erie Community Foundation. If you have a check you want to drop off, that is at 459 West 6th Street. Just look for the big acorn. That's your update. Kate, back to you.
That's all I've got for now, everybody. Join us again at 3 o'clock. I believe we're going to have a conversation about Disney on stage. So we have a production coming up, a little known production that's coming up in December to chat about. And we're also going to look back at our wonderful production of Beauty and the Beast that happened this past December. So stick around for our next time slot at 3, and we'll see you then. Bye.